Hey guys, so we're on the highway right now, on the way up to our first stop on my little work trip to New Brunswick. We're 199 kilometers into our trip so far. Right now we're averaging 25.2 liters for every 100 kilometers. Been driving for the engine time so far on this trip is 2 hours, so I've had some idling time. Made a couple pit stops at Tim Hortons. Had to get my caffeine. A couple little pee breaks here and there. It's extremely windy. I don't know if I'm driving into the wind or it's a crosswind or what's going on. I'm kind of thinking that I am driving into the wind a bit, because my fuel mileage has dropped quite a bit in the last little bit, and I was kind of anticipating to be somewhere between, I was hoping to be somewhere between 20 and 22 on this trip so far. But as I mentioned at the start before I left the house, this trailer is the extra high trailer. It's the extra 1 foot of height for the ceiling, for the head. So that's great for, getting stuff in there and being comfortable while you're in there, walking around, not bumping your head, that sort of thing. But it's the absolute worst thing for towing. Yeah, that's an extra foot that is catching air back there, and on a windy day like this, that makes a huge difference. The trailer, like the truck is pulling the trailer great. There's no problems. Obviously tons of power. It's not a lot of weight, but I'd love to see if there's some sort of conversion that can be done to kind of calculate, sort of simulate what the Highside trailers like these sort of convert over to as far as weight goes. I mean, if you're hauling a flat deck trailer, the guys on TFL, when they're hauling big weights, they're obviously using a gooseneck and a flat deck trailer, and they got bricks on there, landscape rocks, water totes, things like that. It's not catching a lot of wind. It's low. So I'm just wondering if there's some sort of conversion. I mean, one of you guys out there might know, that can sort of calculate what weight this sort of simulates when you're towing a high-side trailer like this. I know if I had my 16-foot aluminum trailer with, say, roughly 3,000 pounds on it to sort of simulate the weight of this trailer and my cargo combined, it might drop my fuel mileage by like 1 or 2 liters for every 100 kilometers. When I hauled that load of lumber the other day on the flat deck trailer, and we probably had, I'd say, somewhere around 4,000 pounds on there of lumber. It didn't really affect the mileage at all, like not a bit. So it's a huge difference when you're hauling these trailers. Keep that in mind. When you're purchasing a trailer, do you really need the extra foot? Can you get away with the flat deck? Obviously, the enclosed are great for security. Keeps all the weather off of your cargo, which is great for me for hauling the ATVs around when I'm going to different sites and working, when I need to use the bikes, especially in the winter during snowstorms and power outages. I'm not spraying salt. Here in Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, PEI, Maritimes, we use a lot of salt on our roads to keep the roads in good condition for safety reasons. It keeps the salt from flying back over all the cargo. The salt is the worst thing possible for anything that has metal or anything electrical. it just corrodes it instantly. So yeah, so we're heading up to, my final stop is Campbellton, New Brunswick, which is quite a hike up there. I'm gonna do another video once we get up around that area. I'm not sure if my route will take me through sort of, you know, the baby Alps. I'm not sure if my route will take me through there or not. I have to go to Moncton and then to St. John's first. So I'm not sure exactly what route I'm going to take yet. But if I do, I'm definitely gonna take a video of going up through the mountains. You know, sort of test out the engine brake, you know, in tow haul mode, and then I'm going to put it in automatic exhaust brake. I'm gonna put the exhaust brake in automatic. I briefly used it the other day, and it was fantastic. I had a pretty decent load on. I was coming down a fairly steep incline or decline, and I popped it on. I mean, it's just, you know, it's just a simple button, right? And wow, did it ever work great? It worked. It worked fantastic. I was actually very, very, very surprised at how great it worked. We're cruising along right now at 118 kilometers an hour. So, you know, what's that? Somewhere 73, 74 miles an hour. So we're going along at a pretty good clip. I've been passing vehicles, you know, all day long. The truck just has loads and loads and loads of power, loads of torque. There's a couple decent hills I've come across. I had it in off-road mode, and the steepest pitch that I had climbed was 4% grade, and that was the only hill that the truck shifted down, and it only shifted down for like 20 seconds, and then it was back out and back in sixth gear. That just goes to show you, like, this was a pretty steep hill for us. The guys that know the area, it was it's right by the Cobquid Pass. You know that transport trucks, that's a killer for those guys. It just goes to show you, when you're watching the TFL and they do their Ike Gauntlet test, how steep that is. And it's 8 miles of basically 7% grade. So yeah, it really has to be, you know, the world's toughest towing test, especially when you take into account the elevation, and how that hinders the performance of your engine. Your engine needs air, and with the air being so dense, it really sucks the power out of these trucks, and the turbos really help. This is one thing that I wish I had a sign made up on my windows that I could stick out as soon as you go to pass somebody. What do? They step on the gas. You know, or you're driving along and all of a sudden you get to a passing lane and someone steps on the gas. All vehicles today are equipped with cruise control. Use them. Please, please, please use your cruise control if you're on the highway. I understand you're just jigging around on some off-roads, but if you're on the highway and, you know, you're going for some distance here, just put the thing in cruise control. Still obviously pay attention, but don't piss everybody else off on the road. A lot of times that's what can cause some accidents. You get these people that speed up during passing lanes, and then people try to pass them to get by them because they're so frustrated that a lot of times they make bad decisions, and people end up getting hurt or killed. And he's way up there now. A second ago he was doing maybe 114 kilometers an hour. He's got to be doing over 120 now. Anyway, I've been driving a lot since I started my own company about 2.5 years ago, and that is my biggest pet peeve. So far on this truck, you know, I've only had it for 2 weeks as of yesterday, and I have 2,600 kilometers on it so far. And for me, that actually isn't bad. For most people, that would be a lot in 2 weeks. You know, that's 1,300 kilometers a week. For me, that really isn't all that bad. During the winter, it slows down a bit, but if we get some snowstorms and some power outages all around the Maritimes, then I'm on the go. We had that crazy ice storm up in Miramichi area and Tracadie and Caracat last year. I was putting a lot of miles on it. So here we are coming into the border, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick. We've got the windmills going, and like I said, it is windy, and you can tell that right now, because those things are spinning. They're definitely generating some power today. So a little update on the mic. Again, I'm going to apologize for the sound quality. I have a GoPro Hero 2 that my father-in-law gave me. And, I mean, there's GoPro Hero 6 out right now, so the camera is definitely dated. I went into a Henry's camera shop to see if I could find the skeleton case for the GoPro so that I could add a external mic to the camera. And, you know, it's old. They can't get it. My best bet is to search Amazon or eBay. I've been looking, haven't really found anything yet. As soon as I do, I will have better sound quality, or I may just upgrade to a newer camera. But they are definitely expensive, but pretty neat. So we'll see. But for right now, sorry for the atmospheric sound and sort of I find my voice, you know, I find the sounds high pitched with just the mic provided on the GoPro. So yeah, so we have 2,600 kilometers on this truck so far. You know, obviously, still very happy with it. That sign took some beating. No issues with it yet. You know, a lot of times, sometimes with new vehicles, with brand new vehicles, you can hit a couple bugs along the way with brand new vehicles. Just like anything new, you know, new equipment. I've had new equipment. You've had bugs. Like, I had a lot of problems with my chipper when I first bought it. You know, working the new bugs out of the machine. But so far with this truck, I haven't seen anything, no issues yet. Now, nitpicking, I noticed that, I don't know if the camera is going to catch this or not. I'm not exactly sure where it's pointing, but if it is, you can see how this corner here, up the top of the dash here, goes into sort of the center console infotainment system, is tight on this side, and then there's a lip that comes up, and you push down, that's where it should be. Now, yes, I am nitpicking. This is higher than this, and this is higher than this. I haven't noticed anything else as far as fitment issues go. And yes, I am nitpicking. I also noticed in one of TFL's videos when they did a review on the F-250 King Ranch, Nathan actually noticed a fitment issue. I'm not sure if it was in the same spot or where it was in the truck. I'd have to watch the video again. But like he said, I'm going to say the same thing. You know, the sticker price on this truck is $86,000. Before I added a few things to it. So $86,000, you're paying a lot of money. You should expect things to be perfect. I know it's not a perfect world, but you would still expect things to be perfect. Now, of course, I didn't pay $86,000 for this truck. Like most people out there, unless you need something right at that time, you know, wait till the end, wait till the new year of vehicles is rolling in the lots, and then wait for the incentives and go in and get yourself a vehicle. This was $86,000 sticker price, employee pricing, destination discount, Costco discount, commercial lease. You know, we knocked over $20,000 right off the top before we even sat down. So that did make it, you know, much more affordable, of course. So yeah, as I said, I do travel a lot with work. I've been to New Brunswick, you know, probably 20 times in the last 2.5 years. I've seen places in New Brunswick and PEI that I never would have seen before if it wasn't for doing this. So it is kind of neat that I do get to see these different areas. I definitely wish that my fiance was with me a lot of times, because I do get to see some pretty neat things. And every time that I see it, I wish that her and the dogs actually were with me. I went over to Newfoundland on a work trip. I think I put roughly 4,000 kilometers on in 4 or 5 days that I was over there. I drove a lot of the province. That was Newfoundland is a gorgeous place to visit. If you haven't been there, definitely check it out. Prepare to drive a lot. Whenever you get to the harbors, get to the water, it's beautiful. Breton Harbor is really beautiful. I mean, there's tons of places. But like I said, prepare to drive. There's one highway in Newfoundland, and it goes through central Newfoundland, and then there's roads that go off of central and go to the different communities along the water. And typically you're driving 2.5 to 4 hours to get to the water. So prepare to drive a lot if you want to check out different areas of the province. But it is worth it.